but I'm here to discuss some questions with you. And one question for us, and also the other initiatives, is it worth to go or necessary to go to the ICANN arena to apply for a city TLD or a community TLD like the Scottish one? The view from outside and newies which come into the ICANN circus are there are language hurdles in many cases, there are legal hurdles. Is the whole application process a beauty contest? Are TLDs for cities really generic, or are they not generic? And does the new TLD process incorporate the local specific things, which are much different, sometimes even from the country, but for sure different from that what GTLD means? And the question is, for example, do $1 to $2 million application cost, and that's a cost at the moment which applicants have to take into account when they want to apply. That's everything from the start to the first registration they get, and this could run a registry, a potential new applicant, into ruin or bankruptcy before he even starts. So that's a very high hurdle. And another question is, how much is the YANA function really worth? Is it worth paying $2 or $3 a year per domain name to ICANN, or a fixed amount like many of you do? That's another question which city TLDs have not answered. And we asked ourselves, was this ISO list an historical accident because it was taken by chance at this time 20 years ago, and things have moved in between, and many cities and other communities, airport codes are going to go online. So, and maybe there's some alternatives like the United Nations official city list, which contains over 4,000 cities with over 100,000 inhabitants, and these will be applicants potentially in a few years for own TLDs. And if it comes to the countries, there are official city lists from the countries as well, which could be an equivalent to this ISO list on a local basis. That should be no problem, I think. So I would answer yes to the last questions. And we think that city TLDs could be natural partners with ccTLDs, with the ccTLDs in the country where they are going to apply. And in most cases, the same local laws apply to ccTLD as well as maybe to the city TLDs, because ccTLDs are a huge success story for all which come new into this business. From 11 million even to 100,000 or 200,000, that's a good business. And ccTLDs provide established technology, processes, customers, the whole team. They are built very strong in most cases. They are well connected to political players, into the business, into the registrar business, experienced stuff, I said, and they have trust within the country. That's also important, that they are established and the people trust the processes, all this legal stuff around, and importantly, they are independent from ICANN in most of the cases. And the relationship with a ccTLD, is independent from the outside view, and I think in most cases it is independent from ICANN. And for new applicants for city TLDs or community TLDs, the ccTLD way to get into the root could be a really shortcut for these community TLDs. I would say these city TLD initiatives like ours may want to get this premium status which the ccTLDs have, and for several years as well in the future. So that might come up. Advantages of this, I would say, ccTLD shortcut to the root. is it makes the life much easier for the cctld initiatives. Very low application costs or nearly no costs, but you have to have the technical things. The contract, there's no contract with ICANN, and what the city TLD or community TLD is doing could be based on local laws and not a contract with ICANN. And like local who-is policies, that's a very big discussion point, and who-is policies are so different in the countries and others. And less trouble at ICANN as well. Less resources are needed at ICANN to take care of all these scary city, community, and whatever TLDs might come up in the future. Minimal administration at ICANN, and no stress with place names and political strings and so on. That's the whole GNSO process is talking about contentions and .Nazi or what might ever .Islam, what might come up, and this stops and prolongs the whole process there. Could be easier way when these applicants have a shortcut to the route. And very important, political support from the government. If we, from Berlin, for example, go to ICANN and say, please put us in the route, and if there's contention from other cities, maybe small ones in the world, who have also the name Berlin, then this might be moderated or mediated on a political level. That's much better for a business like us, have it on a political level. So the recommendations might be I'd like to give today are city TLDs should be managed by the local community, so there should be a differentiation between the technical back-end provider and the local community operation. I would say there's in many cases in the countries that's not so, but like in India, there's the India registry in India, and there's affiliates in the back end, and this could be separated in the future as well. And cctld or independent providers should be involved in managing the back end services, because for many city and community TLDs it doesn't make sense to run an own back-end registry and to invent the wheel again and again. And ccTLDs may be also involved in this failover plans, because these some thousand or some 100,000 registrations which city TLDs have, they could easily be catched by the ccTLD managers. ccTLDs should provide political support at local government, at ICANN. City TLD application procedure should be like the ccTLD one, and city TLDs should pay fees to ICANN which are really in relationship to what the YANA function is, and that's, I think, could be very good if city TLDs pay the same amount or relationship to that what the ccTLD is paying for the YANA function. And city TLDs should have a formalized relationship with ICANN like the ccTLDs. I think this doesn't apply for us at dotberlin, all these things, because we have to rush into the next window, which starts beginning of 2008, and the Catalans already have their GTLD status, but in the future that might change for city and community TLDs, and maybe in the future you can change also a GTLD contract, which .cat or we might get, into a city TLD or whatever status. So my last slide is I'd like you to think about these recommendations or our thoughts, and and we ask ourselves, do you want to take care of us? That means the new city and community TLD applicants. That's it. Questions?
Thank you very much.